Hey everybody, Dr. Oliver here for backintelligence.com, and today we're going to talk about why your back might hurt more in the morning. If you haven't done so yet, click the subscribe button so you get access to our videos as we put them out. It's extremely common for me to meet a new patient or existing patient and they talk to me about times of day that their back hurts more, and more often than not it's in the morning. And there's a variety of reasons we see this. Most people tend to think it has to do with their bed, right? They have a bad bed and it's just causing their back pain. This could be the case. You could have a bad bed that is softer in one area and maybe you're sinking in one area and the other area is less supported or more supported. And so you're sleeping essentially on an uneven surface, which will aggravate your back. Or perhaps you're sleeping in a position that's not good for your back. As you probably all know, sleeping on your stomach tends not to be good for your back because of the position it puts you in. If you sleep in a really twisted position on your side and you're not really stacked up, that could also be causing it. If you need something to reference back to see what the proper sleeping positions are, check out our video that we have on the proper sleeping positions. So it could be the proper sleeping positions. What I find most commonly is the issue is what the person did the day before. So what tends to happen is we tend to either be very active or not active at all, and that causes abnormal stresses on muscles. So maybe you were sitting for an extended period of time at work like most people do, or maybe you were sitting on your couch watching a series of episodes of a show and putting yourself in a really bad position and straining muscles in your back. Well, a lot of people at that time won't necessarily feel the discomfort. They'll go lay down at night, and then their back might start to tighten up because of the abnormal position it was in for hours that day. You know, I've seen people before, they come into my office and I say, well, what'd you do the day before? Because they always say, oh, I woke up with back pain. And I say, okay, what'd you do the day before? And recently I had a patient that was in and they were gardening, right? The day before, they spent hours gardening, didn't bother them at all, went about their day and went to bed, woke up the next morning, could barely move. And it wasn't the sleeping that caused it, it was the fact that they were bent over and gardening for hours the day before, which is something they don't do on a routine basis. So again, you always want to look back to something you did maybe the day before, leading up to that, because you're moving around during the day, things tend not to tighten up unless you really stress them or aggravate them, and then as you lay down, things will shorten up on themselves and get tight, and then you go to get up in the morning because you weren't moving all night long, and things are really tight. So I see that as probably one of the most common reasons for that morning discomfort and morning stiffness. It could also be due to a disc. So you have these discs in between your vertebrae and your low back, and naturally at nighttime they swell. Disc doesn't have a great vascularization system, so essentially it gets fluid building up inside of it. The way the fluid gets distributed throughout the day is by movement, us walking around. That creates a pumping effect, which allows the disc to remain its normal size. Or at nighttime, it'll swell naturally. Under normal circumstances, no big deal. It doesn't hurt. You get up in the morning, you move around, and the fluid distributes. But if you have an underlying disc issue, maybe a bulge or a herniation or something going on at that level, you will notice that in the morning. And then a lot of these individuals say, ooh, I get up in the morning, it's really stiff and I got to ease into it for the first half hour or so. And then as they move around, it goes away. So that's very common. So look at these as options for your back pain. And if you want to check back, we have good videos on sleeping positions. If you do think perhaps maybe it is a bulging disc, we have good exercises to deal with that as well. Also, do check your bed because there is a possibility. Go around and palpate around and feel around the bed. See if it's even springiness throughout. You should always rotate and if possible, flip your mattress too at least 3 to 4 times a year.
All right, thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure you like it, as well as subscribe to this YouTube channel for more videos just like this. Also, research shows that you need to strengthen your core if you want to alleviate some of that low back pain. And not only that, but you need to make sure that the exercises that you perform really target those deep core muscles, and you need to make sure those exercises are safe for your spine. Now we have a free PDF that we'd love to send you with some of the most effective and safest core exercises that you can do from your home. So if you'd like to get that PDF, there's going to be a link to it somewhere here on the video or down below in the description. Just go to that page, enter your email, and we'll send you that free PDF right away.